Amanda here, thanks so much for joining me. So I've got a lovely project to share with you here using my digital collection called The Secret Garden. I will link it below. So what we have here, it's absolutely beautiful, is a set of 4 folios in a presentation box. So I'm going to quickly show you what I've made. Then we're going to, for the second half, I'm going to show you how to make the base of the folios. If anybody wants to make 4 and put them in a box like mine, leave me a comment. If enough people comment, then I'll do a tutorial on the box. But I mean, a box is a box, isn't it? But you know, so beautiful, beautiful box. We've got this lovely little cluster that I've made here. That's just a sentiment from the kit. This is a little stamp that I found in my collection. I think it's Stamperia, and just some fibres and little charms. We've got a lovely sturdy handle here with some eyelets in. I would like to have done them all the way around, to be honest, but I didn't think to do it until it was already glued on, and then I struggled to be able to do it once it was on. So if you want to do that on anything, do it before you glue your item to the project. So it is, you know, fully decorated all the way. This is one of the collage papers in the collection. It's stunning, and the great thing about collage papers is it doesn't really matter which way you cut them. Things don't have to match up. It still looks great. So I've used digital papers throughout. Now, the awesome thing about making things like folios or albums with digital papers is that it doesn't matter if you cut something the wrong size. You don't have to panic thinking, oh, I've only got, you know, 2 sheets of this, it's got to be right, you know, I'm worrying. If you cut something wrong or you decide you don't like it, you can just print another one. So there you go. So this box here, as you can see, is window fronted, and we've got a large sturdy closure here which is magnetised. It's lovely, I'm loving it. So it opens like so. It's quite deep because it holds 4 folios. Now, the great thing about folios, look at the lovely, I've even decorated the back of the box with the lovely image from it is a beautiful kit. So the great thing about folios is they're great for beginners because they're quite basic to make. And, you know, even if you're an album maker, you could quite easily step it up. And you can break it over a few days, maybe do 1 a day for a couple of days. But I love the fact that they're basic, because for me, the fun is in adding the beautiful papers far more than having, you know, fancy this and fancy that in construction. Basic construction's fantastic, I love it, and then you can really get to work with the lovely, lovely images. So here we go, so we've got 4. So, as I say, Secret Garden collection, beautiful. So pocket there with some ephemera. Now, every single pocket, belly band, everything, are all based on the same size principle. They will all fit your photo mat for your 6x4 photos. So this is 6 1/8 by 4 1/8, so that then when you put your photo on, you've got an increment, and these will fit in every single pocket in every single one of the 4 folios. So it's quite useful. So here we've just got a stacked pocket, lovely again. These will fit in there. So this was a bit of a boo-boo page because I did 2 envelopes. They were meant to be policy envelopes, but I forgot to put the things on before I glued them down, but never mind. So bear in mind, if you do anything like that, put your circles on for closing before you glue it. And then on the back there we've got a large pocket with an envelope and a journaling card. But again, photo mats, photo mats, photo mats. So, and just prettily decorated. I've got a little bit of beaded lace here and a little handmade flower. I love handmade flowers, but how long do they take to make? I thought, oh, I'll make loads of flowers and I'll have flowers all over. No, you got one. I haven't got time for that. So here's another one. And this one has got another magnetised part, so that will flip out. So you can make the basic folios just like that, but you can add extra flips. Not too many because we've only done them with the 1/4 inch spine. Okay, so we've got a large pocket there again, photo mat. Okay, beautiful. And then it opens like so. In the middle we've got a double belly band. So that one's laid on top of that one. And again, you can cut your papers beautifully, just like you can with scrapbooking papers. So this is one sheet here. I've cut the girl there, then her arms are on that bit, and then the rest of the paper's on that bit, so it looks layered. And like I say, if you make a mistake, because it's digital, you just print another one out and try again. It doesn't matter. So beautiful. So there's quite a lot of darker, like this one's quite dark and vintage, but there's also light and pretty colours. So it goes together really nice, this kit. I've just got a little tag there. That pocket runs all the way through, and again, just like you do with scrapbooking paper, you can cut it so that the images follow. And then we've got another double stack pockets. This one will go all the way to the bottom, and again, photo mat, photo mat, photo mat. So this one here isn't got another little magnetised section, so you can do basic but still have some fun with it. And now we've got the lovely Mary Lennox again at the garden gate, and that is a stacked pocket. Okay, and then this slides out. So you've got a pocket there and a pocket there, and then you've got this, which you can use for journaling or more photo mats, and that goes in the furthest pocket and closes like so. And then this one opens. We've got a double stack pocket I've filled with ephemera, but again, you know what I'm going to say, photo mats, photo mats. Loads of room if you are a journaler, loads of room if you're an album maker. And I think it's nice to have a mixture of the two, like a bit of a hybrid between an album and a journal. So these are great if you don't want to commit to a massive album or a massive journal with loads of pages. These are just fun to make. They're lovely and make a beautiful gift as well. So here's another one, same base, but we've just mixing up the pocket. So this one's quite a deep pocket, and I've just cut a V out, and we've got some acetate stuck behind there, and then we've got used the image to create a lovely focal journaling card or photo mat, and that slides in there beautifully. Okay, and then here we've got again another double stacked pocket, and then here we've got another large belly band. Again, you could even do your 6x6 photo mats on there if you wanted. And we've just got some little pockets here for some of the fun little ephemera. But you can journal on the back. You can even, I mean, you can print photos to whatever size you want these days. You know, you could even put a little photo on there, whatever you like. And then on the back here, we've got another deep pocket, which I've just filled with ephemera. Okay, but don't forget, photo mats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful, beautiful collection, and they will fit in there lovely. I've made the box just right. It's perfect for these folios. I've designed it specifically, and I've left room in case you do want to embellish them so that they're not getting squashed, but you know, they're not rattling around. There's only a little bit of room, so you will have to be mindful not to overdo it. So there you go. So if you stay to the next part of the video, we will be sharing how to make one of the folio bases. See you in a minute. Okay, so let's start with explaining the basic principle of these folios. It's really easy. So when they are finished, they are all going to measure 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. Okay, and I've made it square, and I've made it that size on purpose so that it's really easy to remember the sizes. You don't have to go through a big massive list of instructions. You can go away and you can, if you just write the basic sizes down on a piece of paper and have it at the side of you, you can quickly glance and you will always know what you're doing. You don't have to second guess yourself. And then when you're matting and layering, on this one I've just cut down 1/8 of an inch shorter on the width and on the height. So I've also designed it so that you can make it out of A4 cardstock, and I've also designed it so that it doesn't matter if you've got UK card or US international size card, you can still make it. Okay, so although it's basic, I've tried to, you know, take a lot of things into consideration. So you've got 2 pieces, and I've made folios like this before if you have followed me before making stuff like this. So you've got 2 pieces, so a piece, and if you want to pause and write these down because I'm not listing them anywhere, takes me long enough to do my videos. A piece, 7 1/2 by 7 1/4. Okay. B piece, 6 3/4 by 7 1/4. That's it. Right, so the A piece. Let me find my scar tool. Right, so A piece on the long side, which is the 7 1/2 inch side. Yeah, on the long side we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Oops. 1/2 inch. What am I supposed to be doing? 6 3/4, which is, that's 6 1/2, 6 3/4. Yeah. And 7. Alright. So this one here, this 1/4 inch that you've got here, that's going to be your spine. That's going to attach to your next piece when we've done that. Okay. This is going to fold over for strength. So now we're going to turn it anti-clockwise, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch on each end. So 1/2 inch there, and then 1/2 inch there. That's 7 1/4. So you're doing 1/2 inch, and then at this side you're doing 6 3/4. Okay. So you've got a 1/2 inch score all the way around with an extra 1/4 inch score to the right hand side. That's it so far. Right, B piece. Put your B piece in on the, all you need to do here, it doesn't matter which way around you have it, you just need to score on 3 sides at 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch, turn it, 1/2 inch, yeah, 1/2 inch. Doesn't matter which 3, because you'll see how it works out. These are just to fold over for strength. Right. So now we're going to get our burnishing tool. We're going to fold and burnish all of our score lines. Okay. So that's that one done. Same on here, we're going to fold and burnish. Oops. I'm doing the 3 side ones first, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you. So because this 1/4 inch is quite a small increment here, okay, the easiest way to do it is to start with the furthest one away and burnish that first, okay, then come back and do the next one. Just because you're going to have, it's just easier, just trust me. I don't need to explain everything. It's just easier. Right, so what you want to do now is on this bit here, where you've got the 1/4 inch and the 1/2 inch, you need to cut those. You see, you've got like a little square and a little rectangle. We don't need those. Cut those away, okay? Try and keep it neat. Alright, you don't need those. And don't worry thinking, oh, it's going to be flimsy. I don't do flimsy projects, okay? Because what we're going to do is, even with the little spine there, what I did when I mat and layered each side with paper. So it becomes very sturdy as you build it, and as you add your pockets and as you add your layers of paper. It's more than adequate, you know, because it's just a little flip folio. We've not got like loads of stuff in it. So then what you want to do is, on each of these, they all want notching. So straight across where the score lines meet, straight across the middle there, across where they cross, okay? And then this one here, you're just going to notch at an angle like that. Same here, from the score line out. And then here we're going to cut straight across there. Then what you want to do, where you've got 2 that join each other like that, is just make sure they're not overlapping. See how mine's overlapping a right little bit? It's only a bit, but we don't want that because that creates bulk and it won't sit flat. Okay, now these are for strength, and you're not going to see any of this because it's going to be covered over right up to 1/8 inch with your paper, so don't worry. Okay, trust the process. I wouldn't show you something that was rubbish. Right, I'm going to use tape for quickness, but on these 1/2 inch folding over bits, you know, there's nothing wrong with using tape, but when it comes to adding the second page on to there, I would advise glue. That way you're making sure you've got it straight, okay? If you've got tape, it's hard, you don't have any wiggle room, but on here, because we're just folding it over, you don't need wiggle room. If there's anything that needs lining up, or you need wiggle room, or, you know, you're not confident that you're going to get it straight, use glue. And if you are paper crafting, please, please, please do not use bog standard white PVA glue. That is full of water and it's going to make your card warp. Use something with a solvent in, or with a very low water content. I'm not a fan of white glue, but I do believe art glitter glue is quite good. I use the clear glue with solvent in, so this is Collall. So it's fast drying, and because it's got the solvent in and it's fast drying, it's got a low water content, it will not make your card warp, because there's nothing more distressing. I've done it myself. I spent ages making a album once out of graphic 45 paper, following a tutorial from a lady that I purchased, and she told us to use white glue, and my album is a mess because the glue warped all of the paper and all of the card, and it's disappointing. So invest in decent glue for album making. Doesn't matter if you're just doing journals and you're just layering stuff up, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. White glue has its place, but it's not here. Okay. So there you go. So now you're going to do the same with piece B. And when I tell you things about glue, that's not because I think I'm a know-it-all. Don't think I'm telling you because, you know, I think you should be using exactly what I use. It's just from years and years of experience and making things and them turning out looking pants. And it's upsetting. Like, you could cry when you've spent ages on something and then it dries and it's all wonky when you've tried your hardest, and then it makes you feel like you're a rubbish crafter, and it's not. It's, you know, some products you need the right stuff. Okay, I won't use white glue on cards either. I won't. I don't like it. It's rubbish. Apart from art glitter glue, which I know is white, but I don't use that because it's too expensive. It's too expensive. It's like the gold. It's like the platinum version of glue, isn't it? I can't justify it. But it looks amazing when I've seen other people use it. So if you can get it in your country and it's not the ridiculous price that we pay for it, then go for that. Okay. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking. They think they are Rottweilers. Okay. So I could have done with trimming that a little bit. Can you see how it's a little bit bulky? I'm going to show you what happens if you don't make sure that these are nice. See how you can see that bulk there? That's because I didn't trim that to make sure they didn't overlap, but I've left it like that on purpose so that you can see what I mean when I say it and why I say it. Because it just makes a difference. And you might think, well, it's not a big deal. That's fine if you can live with it, that's fine. I'm just going to notch these as well. Just because you don't have to notch it. It's going to be covered with paper, but I just think it's a nicer finish if you notch it. So then you're putting glue on that 1/2 inch, not on the 1/4 inch. And then all you do is attach B to A. Okay, line it up nicely. And this is why glue's your friend, because then you can fold that up and you can push it and make sure it's right into the score line. Okay, right in. And then you can fold it all flat, disengaging that gusset, and you can double check it's all right. You've got time when you've got glue. You don't have time when you use tape. Unless you're like superhuman, it's hard to line up tape right every time. So then you would engage that gusset, spine, whatever, and that's your, that's it. There you go. Bye for now. I'm only kidding. Right, so then all it is, and well, what you can do is, you've seen on one of mine, I've added an extra flip to one side. So all I did was make another one of these, or another one of these, and add it on. Okay, all of your pockets, every single pocket needs to measure 7¼ wide, okay? So this is 7¼ wide. So then what you need to do is you need to score each end at 1/2 inch. So this is 7¼ This pocket's too big, but I'm showing you the principle. You score each end at 1/2 inch. That's there. Okay, now when you're making a pocket, you need 1/2 inch at the bottom as well, unless it's a stacked pocket. Then you don't need the 1/2 inch, you just need the 2 at the side. So if you're measuring what size you want your pocket to be, so if you want your pocket to be 3 inches, you need to be measuring 3½ because you need 1/2 inch at the bottom. Now the reason we do 1/2 inch each side and at the bottom rather than just gluing this straight down is because if you glue that straight down, okay, with glue there on 3 sides, you're not going to get a true pocket. You'll get it's fabulous for just tucking ephemera, but if you want a true pocket, you need to have that so that then this bit glues onto your page and you're getting the full width of that pocket. Otherwise you're going to lose at least 1/2 inch each side, which is going to make your pocket smaller. So if you want the full size of your pockets, always do 1/2 inch each side and 1/2 inch at the bottom. Okay, now that's the basic principle of all the pockets. If you're doing a belly band, it's the same width, 7¼ 1/2 inch each end. You just don't need this bit. Okay, you just cut it to like 2½ or something. There's your belly band, but it's the same. Okay, if you want, you can have the pocket. Let me just fold it all in. So that pocket you can put there at the bottom. You can put it at the side. You can do what you want with it. You can have it tall. You can cut it short. Okay, I could cut this in half now, and that would give me a stacked pocket. Let me show you. I'll just give you a few scenarios and then you can go away and you can, it's really good to just use your own imagination. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that. So the one with the fold at the bottom is your bottom pocket, and then this can stack in. So what you want to do is just notch there and notch there, and then if that was a stacked pocket, that would fold in, that would fold in, and this would fold in, and you can just layer it inside like so. Okay, and that's how you stacked pocket. Stacked pocket that way, stacked pocket that way. You could have it upside down, you can have it on the back there, you can have it there by the spine, you can have it there. And just by changing the direction and the depth of the pockets, makes it look different every time. If you want to get fancy, you can do an angled pocket. All you need to do is measure whatever you want from the edge there to there, maybe 1½ inch. Whatever you measure there, measure the same there, join them up, slice it off. It's really not difficult. And you know, you can, with that basic base, you can make yourself a very imaginative folio. You can add flips that come down if you want, you know. Just don't add too many flips and too many flaps and too many add-ons. You've only got 1/4 inch spine, okay? So if you have loads of ideas, put some of the ideas in one, then make another and put the ideas in the second one, and some more ideas in the third. So then you've got 4 that are all slightly different, which is what I've done. So I hope that helps. It's very, very simple and it's so straightforward, and the idea of it is to encourage you to use your imagination with very easy sizing for you to go and make your own folios. Alright, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget, if you want me to make the box, you'll have to tell me. Bye for now.